It's finally time for the Christmas Squad Up, and we're going to be getting huge progression buffs, 3 new modes which are ranked, duos, and showdown, and a free ultra of your choosing. We also have some information on what's planning to come out next year as well, so let's get into this year's final update. So we're going to be starting off with the 3 new modes because that's what I'm sure you guys are most interested in, and they are going to be ranked, duos, and showdown. So let's start off with ranked. Now, ranked is pretty much just squad league, but it's been put in its own mode, and that's one of 2 main differences. So now that it is its own mode, it means you will no longer get kicked out of squad league when the season ends or when they add a brand new world, which honestly was like one of the biggest annoying things that they would do. And by the way, if you want to play this new mode, you're going to need 5 commons unlocked, 5 rares unlocked, and 5 epics unlocked on your account. That's it. That's all you need to play this new mode. Another very important change, and one thing that's going to make this mode very different, is going to be you can now choose your own squad. Yes, this is something that we've been wanting for quite a while. Although I will say right now, I don't think there's really enough troops in the game for this to be an amazing feature. We only have 39 troops, you know, other games have like over 100 easily. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of ultimate barbarians, hog rider, max, DPS, barb kings in rotation. Now, besides that, nothing else changes. It's the same system as Squad League where you just get 10 trophies for first place, and then obviously you lose trophies for doing badly. That's literally it. It's just Squad League ranked, but you pick your own rotation, and it's now its own mode. Anyways, we're going to be moving now on to duos, and I think this is the mode that I'm personally most excited to play for, especially in tournaments. Now, this is pretty much the exact same as normal gem hunt. The main difference is you actually have a teammate this time, so someone to rely on. Now, there's 2 main differences on this mode as well. The first difference is you can actually respawn if you die. So if you die, you respawn and you can pick a couple troops on screen. You tap the troops that you want the most, you respawn with those troops, and then you get straight back into the action. Of course, if you and your teammate both die at the same-ish time, then you two will just be out of the game completely. You can see where your teammate is because there's a little icon that points to where they are. And fun fact, it actually flashes red when they're under attack, so you know to help them out if they're in a little bit of trouble. Another difference is there's actually only 8 people in this mode, not 10. You can see here on the leaderboards, there's only 4 placements, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, which I actually think I like this because it's going to make the map less stressful and there's going to be a lot more space to do your thing. Now, of course, you share spells with your teammates. So if you pop a rage or a heal or a Pan's healing station, your teammate can benefit by staying next to you and getting that healing or rage effect, which is actually really good. Now, what I will say is I feel like you should be able to choose your own squads in this mode like you can for Squad League ranked, but you can't in duos, which to me makes less sense. I feel like one of you guys could pick a farmer and one of you guys could pick a DPS. It makes more sense to choose your rotation in duos than ranked, but that's just my feeling. And the final mode getting added is Showdown. Now, this is actually their first attempt at trying something a little bit more different. So a new way to play the game if you don't like just gem hunt. So the way this works is you get into a game with 5 other players and your goal is just survive, win the game. There's no gems and there's no time. It's just the vines on the outskirts slowly coming in into a very small area. Now, these vines don't have a set pattern. They just randomly go into a different direction each game, a little bit like Fortnite's map storm thingy. Now, this game will only end when the other 4 people die, so last man standing. And a pretty cool difference about this mode that you've probably noticed is you can actually see how many troops your enemy has above their head. So you can see if you have maybe like 5 troops and your enemy has like 7, you probably don't want to fight them unless you know your squad is stronger than their squad. Now, there's no gems, so there's only coins, and the big gem mine in middle is replaced with a coin mine, which is interesting. There's also special potions around the map that give you pretty big, powerful boosts to help you kill other players, and blue boxes have been replaced for gold boxes. Now, the fact that gems aren't a thing in this mode means the bandit and the trader are not playable characters, and things like Mavis and Greg only drop coins, not gems. Now, along with this, modes such as Angry Vines, Timeout, Crystal Forest, Hatchling Herder, Loot Machines, Ring Grab, Gem Overload, One Coin Chest, Whack-A-Mole, Epic Overload, and Gem Hotpot are modes that you cannot play. Now, for me, I think this mode is going to be pretty interesting. I think it'll either be a really, really good, different thing to play, or I think it might be a little boring. Tomorrow, I have the creator sneak peek, so I will literally be showing you everything about the mode then. Anyways, now moving on to some balance changes for troops and specifically progression. So first of all, win streaks are now officially being removed from the game, and you will now get an exclusive emote depending on your highest ever win streak. So if you have a win streak of 100, you get 5 emotes and so on and so on. And now I'm going to tell you guys about what possibly might be the biggest W yet. And that is they are removing chest tickets from the game. That's right. Instead of spending 2,000 coins per chest ticket, you will now get a free chest after every single game that you play. And this is as long as you finish top 8, and it is overpowered. This is actually really good. I don't know how big of a deal this is going to be, but I assume I'm going to progress at crazy speeds on my free-to-play account now because I just don't have to spend any coins on chests, meaning I can spend them on either the shop or chest multipliers. I think that's the big thing there. You can now save your coins for other things. Now, the amount of taps you get on a chest will depend on how well you do in a game because win streaks have now been removed. So the better you do in a game, the more taps you get. Also, on top of this, every 24 hours, you will get a reward track. Pretty much the way this works is if you play 6 games of Squad Busters in a 1-day period, you get 3 presents every 2 chests. Now, in these presents, you can get things like chest multipliers, coins, star tokens, and many other things. A lot of troops are apparently also going to be getting health and damage buffs, along with Barbarian King and Archer Queen getting their abilities nerfed, which might mean the Barbarian King gets a super rage nerf. Now, I will be going over this in tomorrow's sneak peek video, so make sure you're tuned in for that. Also, on day 24 of the advent calendar, you are going to be able to pick any ultra of your choice. Now, I think you guys need to be very smart about this. I know Colonel Ruffs is the best troop in the game. I would not pick a Colonel Ruffs because he's mainly good at baby form and, well, super. The only 2 troops you should be deciding between is either the Barbarian King for the super rage spell or the Hog Rider for that extra turbo. I think on my free-to-play account, I'm going to get an ultra Hog Rider, but I might get a Barb King, but I think I'm going to get a Hog. Also, starting on December 23rd, which is exactly 1 week after the update drops, because update is dropping on December 16th in 2 days, we are going to be getting the new Jolly Holiday special event. And here, you're going to be able to unlock 4 new skins. And that's going to be Nutcracker Greg, Cookie Goblin, Arctic Barbarian King, and Toy Nita. And you can see here you need to collect candy canes in battle to open up the winter chests. And you can see here how many candy canes you're going to need to unlock these new skins, or at least some of them. And this event is going to run up until January 5th. So you have a couple weeks here to get these skins for free. Now, at the end of this squad up, they actually reflected over the last year. They admitted there were some issues with the game that obviously they're trying to fix. They also showed off a musketeer troop, which is going to get postponed. Sadly, they said there's not going to be any new worlds or troops anytime soon, which is a little bit annoying. I feel like this game definitely needs more troops. We only have 39. That's kind of nothing compared to the other games. But they also showed off a 2025 roadmap. So a couple videos here that we can kind of see some things on. Now, in this 2025 roadmap, there's actually some things that are very interesting. So let me go over it. So first of all, the roadmap shows the first half of 2025, and we can see 3 main updates, and that is February, April, and June. More specifically, June 3rd. We can also see some other interesting things on this board, such as a Valentine's Day event is what it looks like in February, a burger at the start of January, which kind of got delayed and pushed back in January a little bit. Don't know what to make of that. We see a new co-op mode, so it looks like we're going to get our 4th mode early next year in February, which I think will be exciting. Co-op, what could that be? The Musketeer Troop, unfortunately, looks like it's going to come out around in the April update, so no new troops till April, unless maybe it's going to be earlier. Now, this is actually going to come along with a collab. We see a collab on the board, so like the Transformers event. And something more interesting is we actually see a Super S on this board. Now, if you don't know what a Super S is, it's actually the cool Superman S, so maybe a Superman collab. We also see a new CM, which by the way stands for Community Manager. Squad Busters were actually trying to hire a Community Manager early this year, so that's what it's going to be. And then we see El Gato. Now, I don't know if this is an El Primo skin, but El Gato is actually the company that makes a bunch of lights and things to record videos, which is what I use, so not sure what that means. And then there's a bunch of other things on this board as well. Let me know if I've missed anything important or you see anything that you think is important. And we will be getting the full roadmap early next year, by the way, so don't worry, we don't have that long left to wait until they give us the full roadmap. Tomorrow is going to be the creator sneak peek, so remember to subscribe so I can give you guys all the information for tomorrow's video. And Squad Busters actually released a Super ID store. Yes, they only released it yesterday, so tap the video on screen here to find out how to get some skins for free, because it's pretty interesting. I'll see you guys here.